Well, we're getting into this afternoon, and again, temperatures really haven't moved much from where we left them this morning, although been tracking a lot of sunshine here, so at least we have something to look at here. As we take a live look on the University of Missouri's campus here right around lunchtime, looks like things fairly quiet. 32 degrees here right at the freezing mark out at Columbia Regional Airport. Fulton's right there with us, though, too, as we continue to track a bit of a chilly afternoon, especially by yesterday's standards, getting back into those middle 50s here. We're about 20 degrees cooler than that this afternoon, and a little warmer as we get into Saturday, but not by a whole lot. Still fairly seasonal, though, as we get into the end of January here. Getting into Sunday, though, that's where things start to become a little more interesting, and what we're going to be tracking is a bit of a mixed bag of some of this precipitation here, especially along that Highway 24 and Highway 36 corridor. As this initially moves in late Saturday night into early Sunday morning, could come down as a little bit of sleet and some freezing rain, but not enough to be of much concern. I think most of this, though, is going to be coming down late Sunday night into Monday morning, and you notice most of that is going to be in liquid form. At least that's what we're thinking as of right now. As we go throughout the day on Monday, we'll drag in some cooler air and eventually change a lot of this over to some snowfall as we get into kind of the second half of Monday. But again, some light accumulation certainly possible, but the reason for not a lot of certainty in this system. It's been looming offshore for a little while. It's just now getting onshore in Northern California, and that's going to carry up and over the Rocky Mountains. But once it gets onshore, we can get a better sample of this thing as it works its way toward the Midwest here and ultimately affect us here into mid-Missouri. So again, that's one of those cutoff lows that just kind of sits out in the Pacific Ocean and spins, and they're notoriously unpredictable. So again, bear with us here. As we get into about the next 24 hours, we should be ironing out a lot of those details with the timing, the track, things like that here once we get that thing onshore. Again, the timing, though, has been fairly consistent. It's that track that we kind of are struggling to pin down as of right now. Looking at those winter threats, though, again, this doesn't scream a big problem to us as of right now, because typically when we're seeing temperatures that are pretty close to that line, it doesn't ultimately end up being a problem. But nonetheless, again, still going to be tracking this as we get into Sunday night into Monday. Certainly snow, a little bit of freezing rain and sleet still on the table as well. The cold air just isn't there. It's not going to be one of those Arctic outbreaks that we're going to be tracking as we get into next week. It's certainly going to be a little cooler, especially by yesterday's standards still, as we get into the 30s both Monday and Tuesday. But again, timing-wise, this looks like it's more so zeroing in on Monday, where we could see the real impacts, again, both into the morning and possibly into the evening commute. So stay with us here as we continue to work out some of the kinks on that system. But behind that one, the other one that we're going to be tracking is a little more toward the middle of the week. Wednesday, got another shot at picking up some light snow. Again, right now, it doesn't look like a big problem, but when you get 5 and 6 days out, you're kind of off in the weeds in and of itself. So again, we'll be tracking a couple of disturbances as we get into the start of next week.